Welcome to the Airbnb Roadmap, the podcast designed to navigate you through the entire journey of short-term rental success. Whether you're just starting out or ready to take your hosting game to the next level. My husband and I became super hosts within just months of launching our first Airbnb and have proudly kept that title ever since. With over 350 reviews and an overall 4.95 star ratings, we picked up a hack or two I'm excited to share with you. In each episode, I break down the strategies, insights, and industry secrets that set profitable short-term rentals apart. From choosing the right property, understanding local regulations, and obtaining your listing to go beyond just the basics. I'm here to share everything you need to succeed. So if you're ready to map out your path to Airbnb success and unlock the full potential of short-term rentals, join me on the Airbnb Roadmap. Your journey starts here. Hey, I'm Brittany Wenninger with Front Porch Realty, powered by Real Broker LLC. And if it sounds like I'm whispering a little bit, that is because I am. Baby Melanie is sleeping in the other room, and well, I recorded an episode and the audio did not work. So literally story of my life. So here we are doing it once again, but I swear it's like whenever you do something once and then you have to do it all over again, it's like you kind of do it better the second time. So I'm kind of happy that, the first time didn't really work out because, hey, we're here and now it's even going to be a better episode because I'm actually really thinking through what I want to say to you about this episode and this topic, to be honest. But quick life update, one of our really good friends, Kyle, came up to Wisconsin. He is from Texas, and he is our partner for this crazy Airbnb that we are doing right now. His soon-to-be wife, Anna, could not make it because, well, her wedding is actually in 2 weeks. So she's like, I don't want to be across the country if anything were to happen. And honestly, I don't blame her whatsoever. But Kyle came up and he was so much help. He is a very strong man. So he did all the heavy lifting with all the furniture. He assembled some stuff. They assembled the bunk bed and just really knocked out a lot of items, which was so great because it's like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel when you buy all the furniture pieces, you start assembling, and then it actually starts to come together. Literally, I am like a little kid the night before Christmas, and I cannot sleep whenever like that weekend comes because it's like all my hard work is now finally like coming into play, and I can actually see the vision of what I saw on paper versus real life. So literally like that whole weekend, I just had such a hard time sleeping only because I was like, all right, we're going to wake up. We're going to do this, this, and this. I'm going to actually see the gym come together, see the movie theater come together. And it was just so much fun. And plus, it's always fun to see Kyle and just like have like a buddy and a friend there with you renovating, because then it's just not like you, your husband, and in-laws / parents. So having someone our age was actually really fun because we can joke around, we can drink at night, and it was just a jolly old time. So that's our life update. I'm hoping to get everything wrapped up by December 1st, and then we'll have cleaning, photos, inspections, and then launch, which is crazy because Anna and Kyle's wedding is in 2 weeks. So Clay and I are actually using that like 2 week, or I guess their wedding, as like our celebratory like go on vacation. So I'm hoping to have everything done before we leave for Texas because I don't want to be working on vacation whatsoever. And I think we can get there. This weekend's pretty much the last weekend we have. So we are just going to like go balls to the walls and just hustle and get her done. So wish us luck. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, definitely do so if you want to see like the behind the scenes shenanigans that we have going on. I painted a mural. It looks, honestly, it actually looks really good. kind of shocked that it looked that good, but painted a mural and have some tips about painting and just all the shenanigans. So yeah, let's actually get into the episode, shall we? The holiday season, guys. Holiday season is finally here, and I know that it's this time of year that like a lot of people want to kind of like get the itch to decorate their short-term rentals. I've had so many people already reach out saying, "Hey, should I put a Christmas tree up?" Or, "Hey, can I put decorations up?" I know it totally feels tempting to like, put your little sprinkle of Christmas magic. I just love that little Christmas magic. Or set up that full Christmas tree in the living room, or add the themed pillows and ornaments and lights outside. I know that's all very, very tempting. But before you actually go all in, spend all of that money and all of that time, I want to give you some kind of like real talk about my own personal take on this. Again, this is my own personal take. You can just pretty much say like F off, Britt, and you do you. But this is just, my opinion. And that is actually to avoid the holiday decorations in your Airbnb slash short-term rentals. The biggest reason is that not everyone celebrates the same holiday. Some guests celebrate Christmas, some celebrate Hanukkah, some celebrate honestly like nothing at all. And many people prefer just like a neutral space that is not assuming anyone's beliefs. When a short-term rental leans too strongly toward like one holiday, it can actually like create some exclusion. And especially if you have photos of those holiday decorations. Because how awkward would that be if you have the Christmas lights up and the Christmas tree and all that stuff, and the family doesn't actually celebrate any of that, and they walk into your rental and the kids are like, parents, I thought that we didn't celebrate this, and now the parents are like, ooh, we don't. And I know that like retail spaces have stuff like this, but those are retail spaces. People come, people go. These are actually spaces that people are going to be sleeping in and kind of like living in for X amount of nights. Also, you have to think about if someone's traveling for work, they might not want to spend their stay in a room surrounded by themed decorations that don't actually match the personal value that they saw in the Airbnb, or it might make them feel like, oh, I should really be home right now with my family, and this Christmas decorations is really making me feel more homesick than I really should. So, as a host, we want to make sure that every single guest can walk through the door and immediately feel welcome, comfortable, and respected. That's why keeping your property decorations more neutral during the holiday season is usually the smarter choice. I know it may not be like the most fun choice, but it's definitely going to be the smarter choice on your wallet, on your time, on guest experience, and honestly just like overall value. Because think about like if, let's say, Jim Bob down the street rented your short-term rental, you had an amazing Christmas tree and he actually loved it. He writes in your reviews saying, hey, this host went above and beyond. They put a Christmas tree up. It was so nice. The whole cabin just had like a very festive decoration theme going on. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but now he wrote that in the public review. So next year, someone might be reading that and be like, ooh, I do want that Christmas decoration feel. And then you don't do it. Now the expectation just failed because they are expecting you to decorate and it wasn't decorated. So honestly, like it just sounds like a lot of shenanigans that I personally would love to avoid. Now let's actually go back to the photos. If you have that Christmas tree and you have all the Christmas decorations, holiday decorations up in your property, you take the photos, you put it up online. Now you just season locked your photos, meaning that once the holiday season ends, your images and photos no longer match the space? And will that attract guests or kind of like steer them in another direction? Because I can't imagine staying, not, I shouldn't say like can't imagine, but can't envision themselves staying in your property because those photos are just decked out with just Christmas decorations, and we are now moving into Valentine's Day. Yes, you can obviously take those photos down and replace it with other ones, but I have noticed that a lot of people forget about that. The other day I was scrolling on Airbnb. It's not like I scroll on Facebook or Instagram. I usually just do Airbnb, which is quite ridiculous. But I've noticed that in Wisconsin, we are moving toward the winter season. There are still a lot of listings out there that have the green grass, and it looks very inviting if you are trying to plan a summer vacation. But if you're trying to plan a winter vacation, that is not inviting whatsoever. And I've noticed that people will book your Airbnb 3 months in advance. Usually not 6 months, not 12 months, usually 3 months in advance. So even if you're like, oh shoot, I didn't put up my winter photos yet, you still have time to put those up. Get those guests in your property over the winter time and then try to maximize as much as possible because, as we all know, Wisconsin does have a very seasonal, well, it's very seasonal, to be honest. And in the wintertime, it does slow down a little bit for our travelers. And our goal is honestly just to break even in the wintertime. I know that sounds a little crappy, but it's true. Like, if we break even and make money in the winter months, like dead winter months, I'm a happy camper. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. You just paid for my mortgage, and now my equity and appreciation and all that stuff went up. So thank you very much. And this is totally off topic from holiday decorations, but since we did chat about like the whole like winter photos, quick pro tip is that you could go on ChatGPT and put in like, just your exterior photo of your property and say, hey, please put a light layer of snow everywhere in this photo. I want it to look like wintertime, and I want to post this on Airbnb for about whatever. I personally did that to my properties because I don't have any winter photos, unfortunately. And honestly, it actually worked out. I sent it to some people and I said, hey, what's your thoughts on this photo? And they're like, I actually love it. And I'm like, perfect. ChatGPT made that for me. And they're like, oh, wow, that's impressive. And I was like, I know, right? So I did one exterior photo that it kind of looks like a snowy blizzard, but it looks really good. And then another one that matched the same filter. And that one is of the outdoor fire pit. It has snow on the chairs and then actually a fire roaring. I just said that right. Roaring? It's a big fire, let's just say that. And that one looked really good too. So I will post that online on my Instagram page, and it looks good. And that's just like, that's neutral. It's not like a holiday theme. And obviously, like, if you're in Wisconsin, you know that there's snow. So it's not like that I'm offending anyone by these photos. But anyways, that is my own personal take when it comes to holiday decorations. I personally say no. Do not put up that Christmas tree. Do not put up holiday decorations. Just don't do it. It's not needed. Save your time, save your money, and just keep everything how it is. You could add, more throw pillows and throw blankets and kind of like make it a little bit more cozy. But honestly, if you aren't taking photos of that stuff, then I wouldn't even bother doing that either. But since Thanksgiving season is shouldn't say finally here, because it's not like I look forward to Thanksgiving every year. More like look forward to, I don't even know what my favorite holiday is. I want to say 4th of July, to be honest. Because, like, you have all those, like, town festivals going on. I love fireworks. I think that they're so much fun. and it's hot. I would say 4th of July is totally my favorite holiday now that I think about it. But okay, anyways, in a couple days is Thanksgiving, and the season of that, I want to shift into the gratitude piece of this episode because this is a time of year that always reminds me of how thankful I should be for not only the businesses I have going on, but the people that actually trust me. If you are hosting right now, just take a moment to appreciate how far that you have come because it's not easy. One, finding a property that cash flows. 2, getting it under contract. 3, renovating it. 4, getting it up online with all your permits and all that BS. And then actually having guests in there. What you did is pretty spectacular, not gonna lie. Like, it's like a lot of people take for granted how hard all of this stuff is. And if you're a host right now, congratulations. Like, be thankful for that. And you are one step closer to, that independent freedom that a lot of people want nowadays. And if you're not a host, then hey, get on board. Like, it's hard. It's really hard. But once you do it, it's very, very rewarding. And you also have to think about, like, you're giving people a space to cook meals together, laugh, watch movies, and escape from the noise of everyday life. Like, that is something that you should be so proud of. And I am truly thankful for every guest who chose to stay with us, every homeowner who trusted me with their short-term rental journey, and every listener who tuned into my podcast and keeps learning right aside me. And I hope you take this season to appreciate your wins, both the big and the small, because they 100% count. And remember that this hosting journey is something that, like, is extremely messy and overwhelming, but 100% worth it. I think that is something that a lot of people take for granted, is like just the process, one, and then also what you're doing to other people. You are creating memories for other people, and your space did that. They're going home and they're saying, hey, I had an amazing stay at blah, blah, blah. This Airbnb was so cute. Or, like some crazy experience that happened at the Airbnb, hopefully a good experience. And they're talking about it. And also all the people that you are hiring because you chose to open up your own short-term rental. Your cleaner is getting paid and is putting food on the table because of your short-term rental and buying gifts for her kids or his kids because of your short-term rental. Your handyman is getting paid. Your contractors are getting paid, all because of what you created. So it's a chain reaction of, since you started your short-term rental, you're helping out so many other people. And that's something that you need to take a step back, realize, and be very grateful for. Another shout out is that I have a marketing girl, and she is absolutely amazing, and my gratitude goes toward her. We are creating something very crazy, and I shouldn't even say really crazy, but it's a huge, like, project that we started. You'll know more about it soon. And she's putting so many hours into this whole project, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. She's texting me late at night, asking me questions, and sending me big long emails about everything that she did. I'm like, whoa, girl, like, you are wild at this stuff. So very, very much appreciated. And just the amount of time and effort that she has been going above and beyond is just outrageous. So all my gratitude is going toward her right now, and she's just absolutely been amazing. So thank you, really appreciate you. But on that note, I think I'm going to end because that was a pretty solid end, not going to lie. So if you have any questions, or if you just want to, like, reach out, that'd be awesome. But again, I'm going to stop. I'm blabbing. Bleh. I'm blabbering. Blabbering. Oh my god. Blabbering. Blabbering? I don't even think that's a word. Whatever. Goodbye. Thanks for joining me on the Airbnb Roadmap. If you're loving these episodes and want to keep the conversation going, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with someone who's ready to dive into the world of short-term rentals. Got a question or topic you would love to hear about? Reach out. This podcast is all about learning and growing together. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the Airbnb Roadmap Podcast, for more tips, tricks, and behind-the-scene insights. Until next time, here's to turning your short-term rental dreams into thriving realities. I'll see you back here soon.